She owns private islands, a diamond collection worth millions, and a palace that redefines luxury. Are you ready to meet the queen whose wealth, power, and luxury lifestyle will leave you speechless? In the heart of the Middle East, in the luxurious and thriving city of Doha, lives a woman whose name commands respect, admiration, and, of course, curiosity. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser is a member of one of the wealthiest and most influential families in the world, the Qatari royal family. While Qatar is home to some of the richest and most powerful individuals on the planet, Sheikha Moza stands out as one of the few who holds extraordinary influence on both a national and global scale. Sheikha Moza is Qatar's richest queen, an enigmatic figure whose wealth and power have shaped the course of Qatar's rise to international prominence. But how did she achieve such wealth? How did she gain this power? And what's her life really like? How does one woman amass a fortune that exceeds trillions of dollars, a figure so staggering it leaves even the most seasoned economists scratching their heads? Through strategic investments, powerful family connections, and an undeniable knack for business, Sheikha Moza has built an empire unlike any other. But her journey was not easy. It was fraught with challenges, rivalries, and obstacles that only someone with exceptional determination and foresight could overcome. This story is not just about money. It's about power, vision, and the legacy of a woman who has redefined what it means to be a queen in the 21st century. Born into Qatar's royal family, Sheikha Moza was introduced to wealth and privilege from a very young age. However, her story didn't simply follow the typical path of an heir to the throne. While many of her contemporaries were content with their traditional roles, she saw beyond the opulent palaces and luxurious lifestyle that surrounded her. She realized that Qatar's oil and natural gas wealth could fuel something even bigger, a global empire. As a young woman, she pursued an education that would not only shape her future, but also her country's future. Studying in the most prestigious institutions and becoming fluent in the world of finance, technology, and politics, she began to expand her influence beyond the royal court. Qatar was an emerging global player, and Sheikha Moza knew that her wealth would not just be measured in traditional ways. She would diversify into industries that would secure her family's legacy for generations to come. Her early ventures focused on technology, media, and real estate. Through a series of well-calculated moves, she positioned herself as a major investor in some of the world's leading technology companies. She wasn't just buying stakes, she was playing an active role in their operations, helping steer their growth with the sheer force of her capital. But her investments didn't stop at tech companies. She made waves in the fashion industry, owning exclusive brands and collaborating with some of the most famous names in high fashion. Still, it wasn't all smooth sailing. Like any billionaire, Sheikha Moza faced opposition. The men in her family, who had long held the reins of power, initially questioned her approach. Could a woman truly build a global empire that rivaled the wealth of Qatar's patriarchal elites? But Sheikha Moza proved them wrong. With her unique ability to navigate the intricacies of global markets and her unyielding drive to succeed, she made bold moves that paid off spectacularly. Her empire grew rapidly, so much so that her investments began to shape entire industries. She played an instrumental role in transforming Qatar's infrastructure, making it one of the most modern and high-tech cities in the Middle East. Real estate developments in Doha, as well as across the globe, became monuments to her influence. Not only did she control massive projects, but she also started holding equity in international ventures that stretched from Europe to North America. But just when Sheikha Moza's empire seemed unstoppable, a new challenge arose, one that tested her ability to juggle power, influence, and family loyalty. Qatar's wealthiest families began to fracture. What once appeared to be a tight-knit group of allies turned into bitter rivals, each one vying for a larger share of the pie. These power struggles threatened to destabilize not only the royal family, but also Sheikha Moza's meticulously constructed empire. How would she survive this political warfare? Could she maintain control, or would she lose everything in the chaos that was unfolding? In the face of mounting pressure, Sheikha Moza made a bold and unprecedented move. She forged a groundbreaking partnership with one of the world's most influential corporations, an alliance that stunned the world. The deal wasn't just about money, it was a strategic decision that could change the balance of power in industries ranging from technology to energy. As part of the deal, Sheikha Moza gained access to resources and technology that propelled her empire even further into the future. While her family and business rivals initially reacted with skepticism and even disdain, this deal turned out to be the turning point that would solidify her dominance. The Queen of Qatar had not only survived the power struggles but had also come out on top, cementing her legacy as one of the most formidable businesswomen in history. Her empire expanded in ways no one had ever imagined. She became the face of Qatar's soft power. Her investments in international sports, including owning stakes in high-profile football clubs, brought her fame and influence that extended far beyond the borders of Qatar. She had not just built an empire of money, but of influence. Her strategic decisions shaped global markets, and her voice was heard in boardrooms and political halls across the world. But as her wealth and influence grew, so did her ambitions. In an astonishing move that caught the world off guard, Sheikha Moza turned her attention to one of the most revolutionary sectors of all: space exploration. Space tourism, lunar mining, and the commercialization of space. These were all industries she was now keenly interested in. With Qatar's astronomical wealth, she could afford to pursue ventures that only the likes of Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos had previously dreamed of. By partnering with the top space tech companies and governmental space agencies, Sheikha Moza began to carve out a place for Qatar in the race for space. What started as a curiosity soon turned into a full-fledged commitment to exploring the vastness beyond our planet. Was Sheikha Moza preparing for the next frontier? This move raised new questions about her legacy. Was she merely building wealth on Earth, or was she preparing to conquer the stars? As Sheikha Moza's projects in space took shape, she continued to invest heavily in her personal life. Her luxurious private jets, which can fly her between the world's most exclusive cities, became a symbol of her influence. Her yachts, among the largest and most luxurious in the world, hosted the most lavish gatherings, drawing the global elite to Qatar's shores. But despite the glitz and glamour, Sheikha Moza is not just about material wealth. She's a philanthropist who uses her immense resources to invest in her country's future. Through donations to education, healthcare, and infrastructure, she's helped create opportunities for millions in Qatar and across the Middle East. Her foundation's efforts are focused on sustainable energy solutions, poverty alleviation, and social equality, causes close to her heart. Her life is a perfect balance of power, luxury, and giving back. In a world where the richest individuals are often criticized for hoarding wealth, Sheikha Moza has positioned herself as both a business magnate and a global humanitarian. Her empire continues to grow, not just in wealth, but in its positive impact on society. As the years go by, Sheikha Moza shows no signs of slowing down. Her influence in global markets is unparalleled, and her legacy is still being written. From the opulent streets of Doha to the vast expanse of space, Sheikha Moza has proven that wealth is not just about what you own, it's about what you can create, how you can shape the future, and the legacy you leave behind. But as Sheikha Moza continues to expand her empire, the question remains, what's next for this woman who has everything? If history has shown us anything, it's that she's only getting started. If you were inspired by the incredible journey of Sheikha Moza bint Nasser, click here to discover more about the world's most powerful people and their empires. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more stories like this, where we dive into the world of the rich, the powerful, and the unstoppable.